Aqua gang, gang, gang. What it do, you guys? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my Aquarius gang, my Aquarius soul family. So glad to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Holy angels and spirit guides gives exactly what we need to know. Please come through for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The messages are general, you guys, okay? Please do not force anything to fit. Take what resonates with you. Leave the rest for whoever it is here for. That's how my messages work. Cross watchers, you are also welcome here with us today. Just place yourself where you belong in the story, okay? Gotta bear with me, you guys, right? It feels very different. The energy is a little bit heavier than what I'm used to. Okay, so just kind of go with the flow, especially for those of you who are going to be resonating with this message. This is also not an intention to sway your beliefs about this connection or about this person. It's not to get you to bend at their will or make you make any certain moves, right? I just want to set those disclaimers out here because I normally am like digging into these people's asses. I just don't feel that, okay? There is a lot of remorse here, you guys, right? Doesn't mean you have to reinitiate this connection. No, it doesn't. Doesn't mean that you have to reconcile or reestablish any forms of communication. Absolutely not. Okay, but it is here for a reason. So just be open-minded. Okay, for those of you who are going to be resonating with this, and bear with your girl, okay? Now, click that like button as well as the subscribe button, guys, okay? Make it official. We are on our way to 70,000. I'm so excited for that. We have built a really strong community here. It does not go unnoticed. I do not take you guys for granted, okay? I need you to know that. Y'all are my family. Like, love you. Love y'all down forever and ever and ever in a day, okay? So, for those of you who are new here, welcome. Okay, take a look around. Check out the vibe. If I'm not your cup of tea, I get it. Right? If I am, then go ahead and make it official. Become a part of the team, baby. Okay? Make your voice be known on the road to 70,000 and click that thing. Click that thing. Smash that thing. Okay? All right. Just had to throw in a little bit of lightheartedness. Okay. So the very first card we have, you guys, is missing you, okay? Whoop-de-fucking-do. I just heard it, right? Like, okay, girl, who cares? Who gives a flying pretty who cares? I get it. It says, I've never missed anyone in my life as much as I miss you. They are pointing out, like, the veins right here in this figure's head. Gender doesn't matter, you guys, all right? This is all energetically guided, and to confirm that, we do have two cards that pop out after this that are a signifier of both masculine and feminine energy here. So gender is not even a thing. What I do feel like is whoever this person is, guys, it's like they are only now becoming very clear in how they show up to everyone. It's like a strong realization of behavior. It's quite intense. They want me to pull this one first, right? Brew. So I feel it's quite intense. Whatever these epiphanies, these notions that this person is now realizing about themselves is taking a toll on their mental space. It's hard for them to really look at it. It's hard for them to accept it, but it's so clear. It's so crystal clear that they have absolutely no choice looking in the mirror, right? Somebody was very direct with this person. You could have been the person that was direct with them, but for some reason, I don't get that for a majority of you. So let me know down in the comments, or just send me a little, hey girl, hey down there. Okay. That's the roll call. Let me know that you here. I don't get that for all of you. You were the one to, I feel like you always let this person know who they were and how they were showing up, right? We have spider web. So there's something very sticky about this person. There's something very mysterious and or just not quite right. That could be like manipulation. That could be gaslighting. That could be somebody who is just stuck in their ways. That could be all of the above. It's almost that notion of, even if you tell this person to their face how you are experiencing them, how they are showing up to you, what they are doing, how they are affecting their connections, not just with you, but everyone else. Even if you keep it a total buck with somebody like this, it's almost as if they have to hear it from someone else. You know what I mean? Have you ever experienced that before? Where you're telling someone, you could be telling your child this, or your brother this, your sister, somebody that's really close to you, because there is a close-knit relationship between you and this person. Things were very close to going to the next level. The potential was out of this world in regards to making this an actual union, but I feel like it was doomed from the start because of this person's inability to see themselves clearly. So they almost denied it, only because it was coming from people that were close to them. But it's almost as if somebody, I don't know who this is, right? Because it's going to be different for all of you. You could be the somebody, but I don't get that for a lot of you. There's someone who really stuck it to this person. This person does view this as a betrayal of boundaries, right? Somebody has overstepped boundaries. What boundary was overstepped? Well, telling them the truth. They want to be lied to. They want to continue to cosplay as this person who is a vessel of love and growth, right? And living up to said potential. Somebody has been very direct with this person. It is a feminine power. I do believe that. And whoever this person is, they struggle with balancing out both the feminine and masculine energy within themselves. So we all have both masculine and feminine energy. I say that all the time. But in reference to this person in particular, you would have run into so many obstacles and had to come to a juncture where you just had to start protecting yourself and be out for self, because this person was either a toxic masculine or a toxic feminine. Period. One of these things is not like the other. No, that's not it. That's not it. One of these things are not fitting, right? It's not balanced out. There's way too much testosterone in one of them, or way too much estrogen, right? It's just not, right? So those of you who were dealing with a toxic masculine, they manipulated boundaries, right? So they made boundaries out of things that aren't actually boundaries, right? So what does that look like? So that looks like creating this web, right? Since you're using the word boundaries and they want to win, okay, they want to be the winner. Victory was here somewhere, right here in the bay leaf. Instead of respecting your boundaries and understanding where you're coming from, pretend as if you're stuck, you don't understand. And then in the same breath, or within the same day, within the same week, create a boundary of your own that is unrealistic. Okay? Do you have an example for us, Spirit? Do you have an example for us? Okay. For some of you, this person may say that their boundary is they don't want somebody that's trying to change them. Okay? That is unrealistic, because you weren't trying to change this person. Okay? That's the way that they kind of put a spin on it. So you telling this person that you see their potential, that you see where things could go, that the two of you could mix together well if they would just compromise more. You are the one willing to compromise. This could have something to do with your values and your value systems. This is just one example. This would be the type of person that is like, well, my boundary is I put myself first. Okay, that's fair. But then why do you expect me to put you first then? You see the web that they try to create. If this is the toxic feminine, then it would come off more like using their emotions as a weapon, right? You telling them, and it doesn't matter if they identify as male or female, they could be operating out of either one of these toxic traits. Okay? Toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. This is the issue. Toxic feminine energy shows up as you're creating a boundary, or you're telling them about something that is not quite right, or holding them accountable for behavior that they have exuded, or a way that they made you feel. And instead of acknowledging that, they instead pick a fight. emotions are not just about crying, okay? There are emotions that can populate as anger, populate as projection. It can show up as redirecting the conversation, turning it back around on someone else, or it could be actually crying. Because what the fuck are you crying for? All I'm doing is telling you how I'm experiencing you. How is this an issue? Okay. So the reason why this is tricky, and I felt any remnants of remorse for this person in the beginning of this reading, is because even though it might seem like this is being purposefully done, I feel like this person was closed off to hearing criticism, even if constructive, from certain people, because that made them feel lower. It made them feel less of a man, less of that itch, right? Less of the feminine power that they would like to possess. It made them feel like they were out of control, or as if they were powerless, taking direction. Even though you weren't trying to boss this person around or tell them what to do, you were simply trying to compromise, protect what the two of you have built, but your hands were tied here, okay? So for those of you who are beating yourself up in reference to how things ended here, there's nothing that you could have done differently. Okay, let's dig a little bit deeper here. Things are quite intense in this person's energy. I do feel like there are multiple relationships that are affected now that they see who they actually are. And the fact that they are being forced, they feel like this is a forcehood, okay? Like somebody just took this knife, chopped through their boundary of wanting to be lied to. That's a boundary for this person. It's like, how is that a boundary? Wanting somebody to lie to you. Are you crazy? Couple fries short of a Happy Meal, are we? Yeah, they feel like somebody kind of just rained on their parade. They want to be lied to, right? So it's a whole new chapter. I'm trying to move on. It's a lie. This clarity is allowing this person to see the ways in which you may have spared them, had grace with them. This could have went a whole different way. For some of you, you gracefully bowed out, and it could have went a whole different way. You could have really shattered this person's ego. You could have took that knife through their boundaries, but I don't think you did. I think somebody else took that opportunity. And this is not someone who they put on the list as a person that can't tell them about themselves. This is somebody totally different, took them straight off guard. They weren't expecting it, and now they can't unsee it. This person does miss you. I always feel connected to you. Yep. So this person could quite possibly believe that the two of you are soulmates, or there's some form of a soul tie. It's almost as if as soon as this barrier was broken, they saw it all crystal clear. And they also saw how you try to gently push them in the right direction. I say push them because that's the phrasing that they're using. You might be like, I didn't try to make them do anything. I just simply wanted to protect myself. Okay, so there are some sentiments of feeling in danger in this connection. Not really feeling like you can trust this person, because somebody who is unwilling to see themselves clearly will not see any situation clearly. How can you trust them? I need more time to think. They are thinking, right? So they're taking their time, but they are making this resurgence. Be very aware of that. Whether you deem this as somebody that you would work things out with, judgment is not here for me to provide. I do not judge, right? And you're all going to be in a different space and time in your life and in your journey. It's all about your own protection, right? And the protective qualities that you've adapted for yourself, whether that be cutting certain connections off, recalibrating your priorities, placing yourself at the top of that fucking list. It could be a number of things. You have a good potential or a great potential to move towards things that actually serve you. Okay. Is that to say that this is not someone who is on that level just yet? No, we haven't pulled enough cards, but that should be at the forefront of your mind. This person's emotional and mental turmoil is not your responsibility. We have destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. That makes total sense, right? So I feel like they've been fumbling, stumbling. They've been stumbling through connections, through life, really. So they are having a bit of an identity crisis. Okay, now finding out or listening, finally listening. Because it's not like the clarity that they're getting is not something new. It's just whoever is giving it to them this time, they cannot deny it. You're an asshole. Like you are a total BIH, right? Period. Doesn't mean you're a bad person, but just the way you're presenting yourself is very toxic. It has to be changed. They never thought that they needed to change. And it's not like I said, it has been communicated before. It's just whoever communicated it this time, it hit them in the jugular. They don't even know who they are anymore. And you are at the forefront of their remorse, their regrets, for sure. Something that you were trying to build, they can now see it very clearly that they didn't have a hand in trying to build this connection, trying to build this union, this relationship. It's almost as if they also are getting like downloads. This could just be like daydreaming or in their dreams, but it feels so real, and it's showing a very successful connection with you, a successful life. Okay, more money, more love, more life, right? Really building something here. Children, potentially, if that's something that the two of you discuss, they can see it crystal clear now because that barrier has been moved. So there's this notion of being able to almost, you know how you can almost taste it, right? It's so close, you can feel it. Like all the feels are there, the butterflies, the happiness, the peace. But it's also at the same time so far away. There's a boundary that you've created to protect yourself. So rightfully so. It says, I should have been more honest with you. Yeah. So I feel like this person withheld a lot of their own emotional and mental battles rather than just being vulnerable and telling you what they struggle with. Those demons that would eat away at them showed up in other ways, such as lying or manipulating, right? Creating those false boundaries that place you in a position to give more or be in a position of lack of security, not feeling protected. I am trying to move on. This person is in a whole new cycle. It does feel like the death card has presented itself in this person's life. So they are going through a full-blown transformation. This could, of course, be something that has occurred in the past. Tarot is fluid. At least mine's is, okay? So this could be something that has already occurred, something that is currently happening, or something predictive of the future. So we don't currently know if this is somebody whose transformation has been completed. That is the only way, okay? In my opinion, like you could do what the fuck you want to do. I can't tell you guys what to do. But in my opinion, that is the only way that this would actually work. Because when when somebody is in the process of healing, right? There may still be some residual effects of that toxicity lying around. And then that does what? It puts your own protection in danger. It puts you in danger. Your heart chakra in danger. Your mental space in danger. Our union will happen in this lifetime. So this is a soulmate, guys. This is double confirmation of this soul tie card. The difference between somebody who's showing up as a soulmate doing their part, right, holding up their end of the contract, and just a soul tie, in my opinion, is one person is actually doing the inner work and the other one isn't. So it shows up as more just like a very passionate connection, one that is extremely strong, but it can't reach its full potential, which is union, because somebody is not working. And this could also be what you've expressed to this person in so many words, but they're not getting it until now. This is when they're getting it. It had to come from someone else. It could have come from like their mother, right? With feminine power right there. Masculine energy is here as well. So it could have come from their father or a mother or father figure. It could have come from someone. If it's feeling like this revelation, right? This attack, right? They are viewing this as an attack on their ego. Whoever was direct with this person, it does feel like it's coming out of nowhere. So it's not like they don't know this person, but they would have never expected it to come from this person. And so the fact that it has now been said by several people, including you, and now this person is like, you can't deny that. Something ain't right. Something is not, it's not, you are the common denominator, sweetheart. You are the common denominator. So they are healing. And this is somebody who wants to work tremendously in order to hold up their end of this contract finally. So this is someone that you have experienced in many of lifetimes, which is why the intensity would be as such. But your hand was forced. You needed to protect yourself. This connection took you through many of ups and downs. I see like a visual roller coaster. The highs were the highest that you've ever felt in any connection, but the lows take that same title. The lowest, the bottom of the barrel, bitch, darkness, depression, sadness. Okay, not to be taken lightly, the very lowest that you've ever felt in any connection. So it's just, right? We have too many responsibilities. So this is their fear, okay? That you would view them as too much work, right? That is too little too late. That you view them as a liability, not an asset. Look at this. You forced me to heal my wounds. So somebody else was the messenger to let this person know. Like, is this the legacy that you want to leave behind? You want to be the heartbreaker? You want to be someone who has effed over many of people's lives, who have sent many of people into the dark night of the soul, or sent many of people into transformation or in depression? Is that what you want to be known as? The liar? The emotional manipulator? The crybaby? The asshole? The bitch? Is this what you want to be known as? Like, tell us right now. Because that is not a flex. You're like, girl, what's a flex? Y'all know I use Ebonics on this channel, okay? She is classy and ratchet. You know what I mean? She can articulate herself, but she throw a few little Ebonics in there. Something. Flex means something to brag about. That is not something to brag about. That is not something that you can hold in high regard as an accolade. It ain't. They are working to make themselves lighter for this situation, but something tells me that they still have a ways to go. Are they lighter than they were prior to the separation? Yes. But there's still a tremendous amount of fear of you just wanting to abandon ship, abort mission, fuck this soul tie, forget this contract, right? I held up my end of the bargain, so you will not be punished for walking away from this. They're the ones who breached it in the first place. And lastly, we have childhood trauma. So that doesn't surprise me, right? This is either someone who has habitually become this way because of what they've been allowed to get away with from a very young age, or they potentially were abandoned themselves, right? They may have abandonment issues, which has them operating in such a manner. Something from their childhood, something stemming from their childhood is what has created this monster. Okay, Spirit, let's close things up. Let's see what we have here. Thank you so much. We have, it's okay to let down your card. I say protect that shit like the plague. You need to have guards on duty 24/7 with their AK. They don't get no breaks. They ain't getting no lunches. Goddamn, they ain't getting no days off. Keep the fucking guards up. I don't care. You like, girl, you just said you wasn't going to tell us what to do. Okay, I get it. That's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. Still do what you want. It's too soon, in my opinion. This person, it says, I am healing, not I am healed. You have forced me to heal my wounds. So this one suggests that they are on the brink of being finished. Possibly. It's a lot lighter than what you would have expected in the, it's a lot lighter than what you would have experienced. But is it done? You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody got time to be going backwards. And it's not your responsibility. See, I think I said that already. Too many responsibilities. It's not your responsibility to be there for this person as they are healing, or to be this person's helpmate as they are healing, because the work that they should have done prior to now, you've given them ample opportunity to be there for you. They shunned your help. They kind of turned away from your advice. They are in love. This is somebody who I will deem to, I'll give them the ability to use that word. I will. I don't see that they're bouncing around from connection to connection, multiple connections. They're really focused on themselves, which is a great thing. I just hope they're doing it for themselves, right? See, they're very much focused on you. Do you feel this? Do you feel it? So this person is possibly very curious. Not possibly, they are. They are very curious about where your head is at, where your mind is at, where your emotions are, where your emotions lie. In a world where potential would have cut it in the past, it's not so cut and dry anymore. They may have pushed you to the breaking point, to a boiling point. Things have boiled over. And now a lot of time has been wasted. A lot of that potential has been wasted, or you're just no longer subscribing to it, right? These are their thoughts. They don't quite know. And even though they're healing from said abandonment issues, that is still very much a fear, right? They're still terrified. This is the most scariest thing to this person ever. And it could also be why they've been dragging their feet, right? I need more time to think, because they're not in a rush to be rejected, right? It's almost as if they feel like they will not even be able to handle that, especially not from you. Okay, so they just kind of want to live in their own little Delulu world and tell themselves a nice fairy tale. Ciao. Let's go over to the extended, guys. Okay, if you have resonated with this message, we're really gonna dig in over there. I will also have new love in the extended, because baby, period, like for some of you, you'll hear this person out. I do suggest you hear this person out at the very least, because you want to be able to cut this tie. There's a soul tie here, right? So there needs to be some form of closure. Otherwise you are attached to this web, right? And so I feel like communication is inevitable. It has to happen. But does that mean that access needs to be granted? Hell to the no. To the no, 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 no. No, it doesn't, right? So it could go either way, and it's going to be very different, the outcome for all of you. So we're going to dig into that very deeply in this extended. Let's see, where does this person wish things to head? We already know what they're afraid of. Where do they actually want things to lead? That will also let us know what shadows they have addressed and have completely healed from. Not the cat got my tongue. Please say that they've healed a little bit. Lord, please. Why are they wasting our time if they have not? Okay, I digress. We are going to address the shadows that they have worked through and fully healed from, okay? And the ones that may still be lingering. That is going to let you know the red flags. Just for those of you who are still considering this, right? No shade, no judgment, okay? Let's also see what karma the divine still has in store for this person. They have already begun a karmic cycle and a transformation. There may be a little bit of residual karmic debt that they still have to pay, especially for breaking this contract, okay? Breaching the contract. So we will look at that, especially for those of you who will be in communication with this person, or who do see yourself starting a new chapter with this individual. You could be affected. So I need to know that. I need to know that. So do you. Let's see what their next steps are going to be, as well as those purest intentions and the possible outcome, whether you decide to stay or go. We'll look at both No judgment, okay? Doesn't matter. I'm going to look at both. All right, and then we're going to get into new love. Let's see what new energies you have coming towards you. Only the good, only the new. How will you meet this person? What is their sexiest characteristics and what do they find sexiest about you? How does Spirit suggest you elevate your frequency in this next cycle to ensure that you are invisible to all lower vibrational energies and toxicity, okay? Because you have healed. We want to keep it that way. We want to keep all the dusties out of your realm, babe, okay? Yeah, let's then go into how Spirit suggests you restore your trust and optimism in love, because I do feel like this breaching of the contract may have kind of dwindled your hope for humanity, right? Like, you've dealt with a lot of bad apples. I get it. How are we to restore that in order to raise that vibration once again? All of that matters so that you are attracting the kind of people that you want to attract, right? And then we'll also see if there are any blockages that could be prolonging you from elevating out of this cycle. What is the potential for union with the newer person? Okay, why are they single? Yeah, what is it about them? I want you to protect yourself and just make the most informed decision for yourself as you are getting into new situations. And then we'll look at your focus advice, okay? This is how Spirit and your spirit guides suggest you attain the desired life of fulfillment and happiness that you have for yourself, whatever that might be, your destiny, right? Your fate. How do you bring that about within this next cycle, within the least amount of time? What do you need to do? How do you show up as a co-creator with them for your desired quality of life? And then we will throw in an Ask the Universe read. You guys have been loving this one. So I'll use this deck. We'll have more instructions over in the extended. I'll give you a few, I'll give you guys a chance to ask a few questions of your own. So without further ado, guys, please click that like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. And I definitely hope to see all of you over there. You ready? You ready? Let's go.